I didn't know how to be okay at all. So but this day I am sure my heart feels if nikilala huku leo mi nitakufa. Me, I can't spend another night here. I will not. Whatever it takes, I will go. I don't care. I will go. I don't know where I am going. Yes, I have a house. I'm so scared, but I will go.
Hi and welcome to Mommy Tales. In case you're new here, my name is Marianne, and on this channel I feature the experiences of moms and sometimes dads who have something based on their own story that we can learn from. And today I'll be doing exactly that. Today I'll be featuring a mom. Story is quite heavy, I must say. It's a very touching story, and I'll speak no further. This is Lillian telling her story in her own words. Who is Lillian?
Lillian is Lillian Wambui Butia, and I am 30, turning 31 in a few days. I am a HR by profession. That's what I've done in school. But on the side, I'm a makeup artist, which I wish to, or I am in a journey of making it a full-time career job. I am a makeup artist under the umbrella of Unami Makeovers. I do all type of makeup and everything about your face I can do. And above that, I love God. I'm born again, and I am glad to be here.
Thank you. So tell us your journey with particular focus about your marriage. How has that been?
Well, I have been married. And I was married for 3 years, and out of a long-term relationship of 7 years. And it's not all the time that you get married that marriage turns out to be what you want it to be. I got married to someone I loved. He was this guy I longed to do life with, and things happened along the way, and we fell apart and we grew distant, and one thing led to another, and we got to a point where it could not work anymore. It was toxic for both of us. It was more of a painful journey than a happy journey. So we both got to a point where living was the best option for both of us, and I took the bold step and I walked out of it. And so it's been an year, and an year of healing, an year of coming into terms with different things, an year of realizing who I am, an year of working on my toxicity, and an year of learning what I could have done, what I could not have done, and an year of accepting, because there's no journey you can walk or healing you can go through without accepting the things that were done to you, that you did to others, that you're still doing, that you're trying to work on them. So it has been quite a journey, and not an easy journey. Well, of the 3 years I got married, I wouldn't say it was dance all the times. Maybe we had a few days or a few times we were happy, or we tried to be happy, or we tried to look happy. And so many things happened in that marriage. So many things went wrong that I wished they never went wrong. We grew apart so much, and it was not easy to let go. I really loved my husband. It was so hard for me to let go, and I really fought to be there. Maybe my fighting then was not how I should have fought, because maybe I didn't have the wisdom of how I should fight for it.
How were you fighting?
Guy, Jesus. It was chaotic. Like I could call the other woman and tell her to leave my husband. I could ask my husband why he's cheating on me. I could really torture my mind and their mind. So it took me a very long time to accept that it was his sole decision to do whatever he did. Most of the time I used to blame myself. I used to tell myself, oh, I'm not a good wife. Oh, I don't do ABCD. Oh. But it has taken healing for me to realize it didn't have so much to do with me, but everything to do with decisions. So, well, the day that I decided to leave was the day that I decided to leave, because I think I had gotten enough. I think I was tired of fighting. I was tired of trying to prove a point. I was tired of trying to be happy in a place I was not needed. I think I really resisted the fact that my value was no longer felt, and I no longer meant the much to him like the much he meant to me. And at some point I didn't know how to love him. I just got off the hook, maybe because of bitterness, maybe because of the many things I was going through in that marriage, that I no longer knew how to respect him. I no longer knew what good to do to him. And my life was just about being bitter, being unhappy, not knowing where to start, what to do, how to treat him, how to talk to him. I was so hurt because of the infidelity that had happened to our marriage, that I didn't see anything good. I looked at him. Actually, I used to look at him and nilikuwa tu naona uso ya huyo dem. Like, it was so hard for me. And as much as I tried to stay, it kept getting worse. You see what happens when you refuse to accept? You torture your mind. You become insane. You lose your mind. Because life is giving you this. You're trying to present it with this, telling it, no, it's not the way it's happening. It is supposed to be like this. And then you're so stuck to the person you've been dating, and you cannot be able to accept the person who is married to you. Because when you're dating, you're all these cocoons with love, with, oh, I want to spend my life with you, oh, sijui what. But now when you get married, I think the ngozi inaanguka, you start peeling off the mask. And I think how somebody treats you when you're pregnant and after you get a baby, it takes the turnaround for your marriage. So every time a woman is pregnant and you're treating her wrongly, trust you me, that is how she's taking you to be for the rest of the life. So I think for what I went through, at the point I was leaving, I had done my best. I don't know what the best is, but for me, I am clean in my heart that I did my best. And I just wanted to find myself again. I just wanted to heal. I could tell I'm not okay. I could tell I'm losing my mind. I could tell I have forgotten me. I could tell I was not okay. I had lost so much weight. I could not be able to eat. I could not be able to look or take care of me. I was emotionally drained. I was emotionally suffocated. I could not even be able to take good care of my baby. So I needed to find me. I needed to heal. I needed to accept that this marriage has come to an end. There's nothing we can do. I cannot build this marriage alone. I cannot come and and just create for me, myself, another marriage. It is the end. It has come to an end. And I keep telling myself, at some times, it did not fail. It came to an end. Yani hakuna kitu tungefanya. It was the end. Like, it was the end. So, I walked out at a point where I felt enough was enough. I need to find myself again. I need to be in a place of healing, and I needed to be in a place of forgiving myself for accepting things to be done to me, and forgiving him for whatever he was doing to me. As much as forgiving him is still a journey, and it is something I'm still working on, but my heart is clean and working on it, I needed to forgive me above everyone else for what I had accepted to be done to me, for accepting so many things that I should not have let in the first place. I needed to give my child happiness. You see, in a toxic environment, your baby doesn't even grow well. She's stressed. She doesn't know who to turn to. You see, when you're in a relationship or in a marriage where both of you are toxic and both of you cannot be able to stand on the ground, I think we were both trying so hard not to let go. I don't know. For myself, yes. For me, I was trying so hard not to let go. And it was affecting my baby. Because you see, I'm stressed. I don't have time to bond with my baby. I don't have time to catch up with her. Yani, I used to leave work, sleep. It was just bad. And you can tell when you're going to the drain. You can tell when you're losing it. And I was losing it. I was losing even my baby. Ningesikia akilia, I get agitated. Ningefika home anze kunisumbua, and I would be so tired. So I was losing myself. And at that point, I was feeling, Lillian, I need you back. Lilo, I need the Lilo I know I am. I need the woman I am losing. There's nothing good enough for me to lose my mental wellness. I needed to get myself back into the fit and accept and know all is not lost. As long as I'm still breathing, as long as I have left the place alive, that is what that mattered. And I wanted to give my baby a peaceful and a normal childhood.
How old was your baby?
My baby was 2. In fact, I left on her birthday because I felt like I didn't have anything to do for her, but the kind of a traumatic childhood I'm exposing her to, it will cost her her life. I didn't want my baby to grow thinking ignoring your wife or being ignored is it's life. The way she would grow and like, siniliona mama kipitia hii. So that is how life is supposed to be. I didn't want her to grow thinking that. Siniliona dada kigonga mom. See, it's okay if this guy hits me. See, it is my mistakes. I didn't want her to grow thinking that way. I wanted her to grow in a place. Either I would rather she grow asking me who daddy is than why does daddy do this to you? Or is this how love is? I didn't want her to grow with the wrong message of what love is. Because I believe love is understanding, love is living nicely together with ups and downs, but ups and downs don't include violence and infidelity. I wanted her to grow knowing I am more than enough. Like me as my baby, as who she is, I wanted her to grow in a place. Maybe there's no father figure, or maybe there is a father, but not in the context of fatherhood that she would have grown. Not in a place where we don't talk, not in a place where we are like strangers. I wanted my baby to grow in an environment, a normal environment. Like the environment I grew in. We didn't have money. But I know what love is. I've seen my parents love. I have seen them fight for each other. So I wanted my baby to grow in a place of peace. She may have all other traumatic childhood traumas. Za kusota, she will get over that. Za not having all the best toys, she will get over that. But emotional torture is something I will never know how to get it out of her. And that is why you find girls growing hating men, girls growing accepting men to violate them, because that is what they saw their mother going through. You will see babies growing accepting to be given less because that is what their mother settled for. I would rather be alone. I would rather be a single mom and bring up my child in an environment that she has no wrong definition of love and she doesn't feel like less of a person. I want her to know she's a woman. She can do more than enough for herself. And even if any man ever come to her life, a man will just be a bonus because she can do everything else for herself. So basically, when I left for all those things I've said. That night when we had issues and we had a serious fight, I told myself, he actually told me, you should choose whether you will stay or leave. And out of the many words we exchanged, I told him, I will leave, even if it's not today, even if it's not tomorrow, but I promise you, I will leave. So I stayed in the month of November. In the back of my mind, I knew I was going to leave. As much as I didn't have enough confidence, and also at the back of mind wishing, oh yes, see a change, oh yes, see a seme pole, oh yes, see he just show me he doesn't want me to go. But every day was an assurance that he wants me to go. He's done with me. I'm not the kind of a woman he wanted. I'm such a mistake. So every day kept giving me the confidence, Lilo, you need to go. Lilo, you're not needed. Lilo, you will be better. It will be well. So I stayed in November and I'm still planning my exit. My heart is still refusing to go. My heart is still feeling I can't let this guy go. I can't let this marriage go to drain. I want to try harder. But his actions, ziko zile za mse songa. Mse like nini unadu? Like I told you, when are you going? 2020 is almost here. Unaenda lini? I throw threat and he's like, what are you waiting for? Go. And it crushed me. It kept. I needed that. Have you ever been in a situation unataka mtu akuchape usikie uchungu ndio usikie ka uko alive? So nilikuwa nataka nikimwambia hivyo ananiambia hizo vitu ndio ananiweka moto ya enda. Because I really knew I needed to go. So November comes, I stay, and I don't want to give details of that day, but one Sunday my sister was in the house and he woke up and he started quarreling with my sister. And I was like, God, I just want to go. This is not a place I want to stay. So after that Sunday, I left with my sister and I went to look for a house. And I went to look for a house in Utawala. When I went to Utawala, I went to a place called MC. Utawala uko ndani. Like when you're in Utawala, una take mati ingine ndio ufike huko. So I went, I saw a house. It was not anything I would have liked, but it was everything for me at that moment. It was affordable. Yes, I was working. Yes, I had a good job. But at that moment, I had a loan that I was servicing. I had all these other things to do. So my salary was close to none. So na struggle hata kulipa hii nyumba na kumove out. I knew it would be a struggle because after all the things were cut in my salary, I could remain with something very little. So after I saw the house and I paid, I saw that house and I paid. So the following week was me planning how I am exiting. Yes, hiyo weekend sikuweza. Like bado niko woi guy. Mimi unajua God, najua nikitoka sitaweza kurudi. Like God, you know I have had enough in this marriage. And if I happen to leave, I know for sure I will not come back. So that weekend goes and we come to now it was weekdays, just a week to my daughter's birthday. And I am filled with so much sadness because one, we're not talking to each other. Like since our last fight, we've never been in good terms. We could not talk. We lived like strangers. So my heart is sad. My daughter's birthday is this week. We can't do anything for her. We can't even agree on anything about it. And I just don't know. I don't know how to be okay. So, your season kwanza, it was raining. And where I used to live, it was an estate, and when it rains sana sana, it used to flood. Like the whole estate could flood. So that time ilikuwa imenyesha kabisa na kulikuwa kume flood. So hiyo weekend I remember on that Saturday I knew I would move out on Saturday because he never used to be at home on Saturdays. So I knew I would move out peacefully na nguo zangu. And then I had informed the management that I wanted to leave, but the management was hesitant because of the rules. So on that Saturday, he did not leave the house. So I was again, I don't know, nitafanya, I want to move, I want to go. And then I could not tell him that I want to go because we don't even talk in the first place. And if I said I want to go, I wouldn't be allowed to live with my baby. And there's no way I could have left my baby. So Saturday comes and it goes and he's stuck at home. And I'm surprised niko zile za guy, kwani unajua nataka kwenda? Kwani hauendi vile unakuanga unaenda? What are you doing here? So I slept that Saturday. But Sunday come in the morning, I told my house girl, you know what? Kama unataka kutoka, toa nguo zako saizi because you will not find me here in the evening. Me, I am leaving. My house girl was like, don't go, don't. But I was like, I am done. I am not trying again. If I will try, let me try, see if he will try to make me come back home. If he doesn't, I am done. So my nanny took all her things. She took them to our neighbor, and I told her, now mimi hautanipata jioni, nitakuwa nimetoka. So the morning comes and it was raining, by the way. And nani wangu akatoa vitu zake na akaenda church. So mimi nikabaki with my baby and hubby. And because everybody was in their bedroom, so ikafika time kila mtu sasa ameamka and I'm with baby, and I can tell you mimi sikuwa hata naweza kuangalia mtoto wangu. Yani I was just a frustrated human. I didn't know how to be okay at all. So but this day I am sure my heart feels if nikilala huku leo mimi nitakufa. Me, I can't spend another night here. I will not. Whatever it takes, I will go. I don't care. I will go. I don't know where I am going. Yes, I have a house. I'm so scared, but I will go. So mimi nikapack nguo kidogo nikaziweka pahali kwa kona. and I thought maybe I will send my sister to come and pick the clothes, because if I leave, I can't live with anything. And if he finds me leaving, he will not allow me to live with the baby. So I had to choose my battle. So mi nikachukua vitu kidogo nikaeka hapo kando nje, somewhere hapo kwa stairs. And somehow akajua, mi sijui vile alijua nimeweka nguo hapo. So akaenda na akachukua za mtoto wake akarudisha kwa nyumba. So zangu zikabaki hapo. I hear they stayed there for like 2 days hapo nje. So jioni, so me I left, like akatoka kidogo. So nikatoa hizo vitu nikaziweka hapo kando. And just kidogo tu nimemaliza tu hivi akaingia kwa nyumba. So I was so scared angepata nikitoa hizo vitu. But tukapitana tu hivi kwa mlango, mimi nilikuwa tu na handbag yangu nimebeba na nimebeba mtoto kwa mgongo. So tukapitana tu hivi kwa mlango. Yeye akaingia, mimi nikatoka. Sijui kama alijua mimi nimeenda kabisa, because I just took my baby and left. Mimi sijui kama alijua nimetoka kabisa, ama I don't know, maybe he knew. Ama I don't think he knew, because he wouldn't have allowed me to live with the baby. So mimi huyo mbio nimetoka, the estate is flooded. Huyo mimi kwa maji papa nikachoka. The estate had 2 phases, phase 1 and phase 2. So we used to live in phase 2. So I went to phase 1 because I was even now scared atanifuata akirealize ni kutoka nimetoka. Mimi nikaenda phase 1. Nilienda phase 1 nikaitisha Uber hapo. So I asked for a Uber. Now Uber came and took me to my best friend's house. I went and told my best friend, me, I have left, me, I'm not going back. I don't know what future holds. I am so scared. I don't even know where to start. But one thing I am sure is I am not going back. No. I will not go back. I want to start life now, here. Like, that's all I wanted. That 8th December of 2019. Anyway, it was just a sad day. And I don't want to live in such a day ever again. The thought of walking away, the thought of leaving that door, the thought of knowing it will never be the same again, the thought of knowing I have left, and I've left the man I love, and I've given up. If not on him, I have given up on the marriage. And I'm the type that doesn't really know how to give up. You can be sure it was a very sad day for me, and it was sad. It took all the energy out of me. It put so much fear in me. I didn't know how to start life all over again, how to start it now with a baby, and I am all alone. I didn't have a backup plan, so I'm just all alone with my siblings, because my siblings were the only thing I had for myself. Leaving my matrimonial home was the most difficult thing I've ever done. Hey, it was bad. Maybe he doesn't think I really felt it when I was leaving, but walking out, why guy, it was bad. Not knowing where I'm headed to and how it will turn out, and the reasons why I am leaving. Anyway, it is well. It is well. It is well, it is well with my soul. It is well, it is well with my soul. With my soul, it is well, it is well with my soul. It is well. So later in that day, when I went to my friend's place, I stayed, then I went to my cousin. So I stayed, I requested my cousin to stay there. Juu nilikuwa nashindwa kuanza life. I was so scared. So I stayed at my cousin's place for like 2 weeks. And after we closed for Christmas, that's when I went to my now house. And that's where the journey began, and now I was facing it. Unajua sasa nikiwa kwa kuzo, I was surrounded with so many people. Haikuwa inani hit. But now when I left and went to my house, it hit me. It hit me so hard. But all the same, I am here today. I left a very beautiful estate. Yani it was where I would have loved to raise my baby. And then I go to this kaploti somewhere in MC. Alafu wako kaploti kalikuwa tu kando ya barabara. So what I make fun out of that house is how nilikuwa naamshwa na makanga wakiitana asubuhi tao 80. So even my baby was used to, and she could wake up at that time because mostly ndio nilikuwa naamka kujitayarisha. It was just a house, like compared to where I was coming from. It was a real transitioning, and it was not easy for me to transition, but at that point, good house, good life did not matter to me. All I wanted was peace, and all I wanted is to be okay. And regardless of what a beautiful home I had or how much I had invested in it, all that didn't make sense to me because I didn't have peace. Because I was fighting every day. I was in a battlefield every day, and yeah, it was not an easy transition. It has not been an easy transition. I remember the first day tulipika na stove, and I was laughing out of sadness, or I don't even know, and I was thinking, God, vile nimeacha jiko kubwa aki. And everything was, transitioning is never easy, and everyone can bear me witness, coming from life kako juu kidogo, then going down to where it all started. It was not easy, but God has been good, and His grace has been sufficient. At some point where I now got to my house, that's where it all started. Even when I moved and I went to my cousin's place, bado haikuwa imenihit. But now when I got into my house and I am sleeping alone with my daughter and he's missing on my bed, it hit me. It started hitting me. Well, I left. Well, all these good things he was to me before marriage and all during our dating time, they started hitting me. You know, he was a good guy. You know, he did for you ABCD. You know, sijui nini. And for me to move on, I had to dress him the clothes of the 3 years I was with him. I had to remember the sleepless nights. Yani, ushai cover mtu sura mbaya. That's what I had to do to move on. Otherwise, some of his goodness that he did to me could have made me stuck there. And not knowing, sometimes you outgrow somewhere or somebody outgrows you. At this point, I think he outgrew me and left me at a place of where I had stagnated, a place of love, a place of maybe sioni mbali, you know, like niko too in love, like. And when it started hitting me, well, I can assure you it hit me hard. It was difficult. I had sleepless nights. I cried my head off. I remember there's a day I woke up at 3 a.m. and all I was asking God is, God, I'm not asking you for anything. Just give me peace. I don't have peace. As in, haikuwa ina add up that I will not have this guy in my life again. Haikuwa ina add up that, yes, that is what he turned out to be. That is what this marriage turned out to be. It was not adding up in my mind. I had to fight it. I had to face it, and it was not easy. It's not easy letting go someone you love. It was not easy for me to letting go my hubby, my ex-hubby. It was not. It was so hard. But I think the best thing of letting him go is because he let me go. He didn't see anything to fight for. He was done with me. So the fact that he did not come looking for me, it was another thing that helped me to move on. Because I mean, if somebody is not looking for you, why would you keep mourning over him? If somebody got a better replacement, why would you keep trying to remind him you're important? So ilinisaidia sana kumove on. As much as it really hurts, it hurts so badly to see someone choose other people over you, yet you are the one who was there. You've grown with him. You've seen you coming from one place to another. It was difficult. Well, I'm not fully well, but I'm not where I used to be. If I can tell you this story without crying, I'm telling you I am good. I am. So, what I would like to say is this. Choose your healing and don't let anybody interrupt the way you choose to heal. Personally, I chose to write. And I could write about my story, and I could write my story crying. Ungenipata nimesoak in tears nikiandika story yangu. And part of that really helped me to move and to accept. At a point where I had lost it and I felt like I want to kill my baby and kill myself and get out of this world. And I can't stand to see my man with someone else. I can't stand to see him treating another person well. That kind of crap hit my head. Sita kudanganya. Even sometimes, even now, if I can focus on it, it will take away my peace. So I also choose what to focus on. Because you see, this is somebody I have known like better part of my life, my dating life. He's the only person I've ever been serious with. Yani, I dated this guy since I was 19 up to 2019, like for good 10 years. And if anything, he's more of, I have his whole, what do I put it? He's part of me. So to get rid of part of you, it is a journey of pain. Assuming this heart is sick and it needs to be amputated. Before I accept that I don't have one heart that I was used to. Everything I'll do, I'll keep blaming. Niju sina ile mkono. Niju nilikatwa mkono. Niju. That's what happens in such a case. I was so used to him, and he was part of me. So letting go that part of my body, that part of my mind, that part of my heart has not been an easy journey. And I know this is what keeps people from moving on. Not being able to let go. Not being able to accept. Not being able to come into reality that, hello, he's gone. Hello, this marriage is done. Hello. You can only focus on where you're going, because where you've come from, every bridge, imechomeka, there's nothing you can do. And basically, that's how tough my journey has been. But I would fail if I don't say this, that praying without ceasing have brought me this far. Because even if I come and tell you my story, you will not feel my pain. You'll be empathetic, you'll sympathize with me, you will think, when you think you're the first one. Kwani si tumeona wengi wameachana? Mbona unafanya ikae ni kama ni wewe umeachwa kuliko wengine? Mbona unafanya ukae ni kama si tumepitia msee? Nini unatusumbua? You'll get that kind of rejection, that kind of response. So it's up to you to own up your pain, to own up your journey, to own up your healing, and to decide, yes, I am healing. Yes, sina choice. Because I would have chosen to stick there and to keep telling myself, oh, can it work? Oh, can. But you get to a point and accept and move on and heal. And I don't want to say to get over it, because I don't know how to get over someone you love or over someone who hurt you. But you learn how to live without them. You learn how to live through the journey. And pole pole too, with God's grace, you become stronger every day. You become a better person every day. You open up and you're like, wow, so I can do ABCD to keep me busy. So I can be talking to this crowd and telling them ABCD. You own up your journey and you allow healing to take place. Usiharakishe healing. If today you feel like crap, that's what you're feeling. Don't go smiling. Kaa kwa nyumba, jifungie, lia. That's what I used to do. I lock myself in the house, I cry. Sometimes I'm just happy. Sometimes I'm getting very serious emotional lapse. Sometimes, hey, healing is not easy. And especially now that I had to go through this situation during COVID season, where I lost my job, where my life had to take a drastic change, where I have a child and I don't even have a job. Yani na hustle, nafika mwisho wa kufikiria nita hustle aje. And then you see, it's not like I'm alone. This kid will not want to know. This kid will want to feed. This kid wants to be okay. Mtoi bado atakuitisha. And I'm not complaining. I'm just saying it was just tough for me to go through the breakup, and there was a pandemic, and I didn't have a job, and I am here trying to heal. Job imeisha na COVID, trying to heal. Niliachwa ama whatever happened. Trying to accept that no one have ever reached out to me. And it was not easy, but keeping it positive, telling yourself good things, remembering that before it all happened, God knew about it. And if God wanted it to work, he had all the power to make it work, but he saw it good for things to go the way they went. And knowing that all things happen together for good for those that love God. If you tell yourself that every morning, hata ukue jobless, hata ukue single, hata ukue divorced, all things work together for good for those that love God. And because I know I love God, I know everything worked together for my good. I might not see it now, it might not make sense now, but trust you me, everything is working together for my good. I really hope that through my story and through whatever God is continuing to do in my life, that women will realize that you don't have to stick somewhere because of the life you've had before or because of the memories. When your time to go is there, please leave. When you no longer serve the purpose of that marriage, please leave. When the hands that are supposed to caress and take care of you and candle you are being used to hit you, mama, leave. It is not the end of time. It's not the end of life. When that mouth is being used more to abuse you than to tell you good things, yani when you feel you've outgrown that place of marriage, unajua haujakwamiliwa hapo, and there is no trophy for the most suffering wife. And there is nothing you will achieve by being good and your emotions dying every day. There is no favor you're doing your children if you're staying in that marriage ati juu ya watoto. Those children will grow. If they grow, they will have their life. And you will be bitter with them because you feel they should be sacrificing for you because you did sacrifice your joy for them. In real sense, you should not have sacrificed your joy. These children will have their life and you have a life to live. For what will you gain for losing all your youth, all your life in an abusive relationship, in an abusive marriage? Well, as you could have left and go and flourish and thrive and heal. Because after you heal, you can do so many things. When women heal, they are very productive. But I was not productive in my marriage. Right now, I feel so productive. I feel like I can stand in a hall and address women. Before, I felt like I'm not good enough. I had fed my mind with, you're this kind of a woman who cannot do anything. You're this incompetent woman. You're this. But right now, I know for sure I am more than enough. I don't even need you to tell me. If you feel I'm not enough, mama, take your path. I have my path. So at the end of the story, at the end of this journey, or during this journey, I would love women to know how good they are, how important they are. And marriage does not define anyone. If marriage is not making you happy, then it is not worth it. If it is not adding value to your life, it is not worth it. Why would you take pride in being called Mrs. Who and Who, and in real sense, wewe ni miss? Because he's just a trophy husband. He does nothing to add value to your life. Because the purpose of God to bring a husband in your life is for companion, for leadership. But if you're the leader, if you're not getting anything out of it, mama, what are you doing there? Why do you cry every night? Because of a man who is choosing himself over you and going having a beer, one or two. Wewe uko tu hapo kwa nyumba unalia. Your guy is having a beer, one or two. You, what are you doing with your life? Crying? Doing nothing? Just losing your mind? So I wish women would know that choosing yourself over anyone is the epitome of living nicely. And I really want to make women realize, even after a breakup, it is not the end of life. If somebody decides not to choose you, imagine ni life, imagine it's not the end. And when you're able to choose yourself, if you're able to wake up one day and say enough, this is not good for me, this is not good for my children either, I choose to be me and to do whatever it takes, life takes a different turn. You even start feeling good about yourself. You even start looking better because you love yourself, because you see value in you. And sometimes marriage cocoons you to thinking, to worshiping your husband, so that when they fail you, you feel like it's God who is failing you. God doesn't fail anyone. The devil does. The devil always brings confusion so that you can change, you can shift your belief in God. But God always remains to be God. And if you trust in God, if you tell God, now God, look, the man in my life, ametana utukua hivi, just hold my hand, walk with me, make my children, you'll be their father. We don't have an earthly father anymore. We don't have a father figure. Take us, hold, God will. The journey might not be easy. I promise you, it is not easy. Mi sitadanganya mtu. It is very hard. What you need is a decision, a choice to choose yourself. Even if it turned out how hard, I am not going back to making another mistake. So if women would stand up for themselves and know how much God loves you, how much more could God love you to allow a child to grow inside you? How much does that tell you? It tells you that God really looks into you with a different kind of an aspect. And if you allow yourself to look yourself the way God sees you, my friend, you will do exploit. So I hope in this ministry that I'll be able to touch lives, that I'll be able to minister to women and to encourage them and to walk with them. When I was going through this, or when I've been going through this, I've not had someone to hold my hand. I've not seen women who talk freely about what happened to them. And I think that's why I decided to lay down my story, to lay down my life, to make my life your book. Like, read through me. Know the mistake I made, don't do them in your marriage. Know what you need to do with your life. Don't worship someone. And kidogo kidogo, imagine you get there. And I hope one day I will stand like this and see a woman saying, I choose myself over anyone, anything. You see the way men move out of and they hawapewi peace of mind. When will women learn how to go and look for their peace of mind? Because hatujaumbwa tusafe. We've not been created to suffer. We've been created to be happy in marriage. And if marriages fail, then we just pick up our pieces and walk. I'm not saying marriages should fail. I am a lover of marriage. I will get married again myself. I look forward to having a family. But I am not for the idea for people to be in unhappy places. I will not tell you to get out of your marriage. But if you get to a point and feel you need to choose you, please, you will never lose by choosing yourself. Every time you choose yourself, you win. Because what is the need of you staying in a place then? Uliwe hapo, ama you just die out of depression, you just die out of blood pressure. Choose you. Every time you choose you, you win. It doesn't matter how the journey will be. Always choose you. You. It's about you. Yes.
Wow. So that is Lillian with her story. Quite a heavy story, I must say. But I hope that Lillian has taught you something. Maybe there's some information you didn't know that Lillian, through her experience, you've learned from. If you know somebody who is going through a situation and you think they can benefit from the information that Lillian has shared based on her own personal experience, please share this video with them. Otherwise, thank you for watching and I'll see you in the next video.